It's been a long time since my first Conan build, 4 years as of this coming February to be exact. If you've been fortunate enough not to see it, consider yourself lucky because my god it's bad. It was just badly designed, but I suppose for a first try it was okay. Today I'm going to redesign and fix my first ever Conan Exiles build to make it a much nicer place to live. So without further ado, let's get started. Of course, first up the requirements. I didn't just want to completely redesign and lose the spirit of the original build, so I'll be keeping the same material palette and rough construction concept. As always, feel free to screenshot the blueprint if you do want to follow along. Firstly, I started off with, of course, the base plate. I used Conan ceilings on the exterior courtyard and Yamatai ceilings on the interior to cover the fence foundations I'd placed down in accordance with the blueprint I showed you earlier. I included these small wedge front towers as a carryover from the original design, but I instead used them to better frame the front courtyard. I also wanted to keep the rear outdoor area intact so it will remain largely unchanged in shape, though I will add a bit more privacy to it. The main home itself is also pretty simple, not as simple as the original design, but fairly streamlined with side rooms containing utility and a main living and dining area. I also borrowed a trick I've seen a few builders use now to enclose a fireplace within the wall. I chose the Numidian fireplace, but a regular one can work too. Admittedly, this trick does work a lot better with curved door frames like storm glass, but it's a nice trick that helps to save on floor space whilst keeping the fireplace as a feature of the room. Next for the ground floor walls. I sectioned off the side rooms from the lounge and built Aquilonian walls around the perimeter, then adding small platforms either side of the fireplace to allow access to the rear outdoor area. I built the walls 2 tiles high on the side rooms and 3 tiles high on the main lounge, placing stable gate frames regularly to facilitate proper windows. I've shown this window method before, though a workaround for this is just simply regular door frames with iron bar doors, or failing that, regular window pieces. Next for the first floor. I wanted to keep the hanging bedroom design from the original build, so I ran staircases up from the platforms to a partially open first floor using Yamatai ceilings. I also then quickly placed some roof gables onto the ground floor side rooms, and then continued on with the walls on the first floor. I built the walls 2 tiles high, leaving spaces for windows that I'd create using fences and door frames for a more rigid styled long window design. Next for the rest of the roof gables. I fully covered the top of the first floor with Yamatai ceilings and then used Aquilonian walls to build the gables. After a bit of consideration, I opted for split pyramid hips with an open gable in the centre running towards a long open gable roof in the back, looming over the smaller roofs at the front. I wasn't actually 100% sure if I would like this roof while I was building the gables, but I think it turned out really nicely. I also then quickly placed some windows and crenellated walls on the rear outdoor section, and then continued on with the roof gables on the ground floor. Finally, for the roofing itself. I used Conan roof pieces to create the roofs, following the flow of the gables I had already established. These roofs are honestly a breeze to construct, keeping things simple yet elegant. I also placed roofs atop the wedge towers and doors around the build. However, I did decide to eventually remove the doors on the courtyard towers and create windows on the second tile to turn them into beacon towers to light the courtyard. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Approaching the build, it's already a massive improvement over the original design. The build cascades nicely in both height and design, and it doesn't completely lose the spirit of the original. The courtyard also introduces a nice breakpoint before you enter the home. Inside, the ground floor contains a lounge and a dining area, and a kitchen on the right hand side, and a small workshop on the left. I made some minor decorative changes in the lounge using sloping sides, walls and door frames to create an aesthetic smokestack for the fireplace, and I also attached lattice door frames beneath the first floor ceilings to give it a little more presence. The kitchen is fairly compact yet nicely designed with the stage pieces. I do wish there were more kitchen placeables, or at least those in the bazaar were made a bit more affordable, but it's decent for the space. The workshop is also pretty modest, including a small amount of storage space, a dismantling and artisan bench, and a carpentry table for small craft projects. If you wanted to clutter it up a bit, you could definitely fit a couple more workstations in here, especially with the overhead room. The outdoor area is relatively unchanged, though the new wall designs give a little extra privacy to the improved seating arrangements. Heading upstairs, the bedroom is pretty minimalist, with the space designed to give presence to the elegant bed and the tall windows on either side of the room. There are also two small balconies on either side of this floor. Finally, I had a little bit of unused space beneath the roofing, so I decided to turn it into a loft space by using a ladder and a hatch frame on the first floor. I've turned the area below the main roof into a makeshift office and storage space, and it works nicely to provide a rustic and private space away from the opulence of the rest of the home. And there we have it, I have fixed my first ever Conan Exiles build. Thanks for watching. I remember the original build vividly, struggling to learn the building system whilst trying to create something decent with pretty limited knowledge. In retrospect, as a first try, it wasn't too bad. However, after 2,500 hours of experience, I really wanted to go back and improve this build. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full-size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. That being said, a massive thanks to all of our esteemed coffee cultists on screen now for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.